Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for tonight's feature presentation entitled Taking It Across the Bay. Tonight we star The Rocks as Across the Bay in the title role of tonight's feature. And now we take you across the bay.
Isn't it past your curfew? I think I'm calling your mother. Mole, mole, mole. Oh, look at him.
Break this party up. We've had several noise complaints.
There's a noise ordinance.
And you're doing something that's illegal in several states, not just Michigan.
Absolutely not. I mean, we gotta get out. Get out.
This is Officer Dirty. My name is Officer Sanchez.
We're breaking this party up.
You kids have to go. I don't care if you have to crawl out of here.
Up and out.
Leave.
Performance in the United States House of Representatives. The Dingle House would have a whole room full of those little gold statues.
Hundreds of United Auto Worker Union members applaud UAW Executive Vice President Elizabeth Bunn as she welcomes Dingle to a rally in Taylor, Michigan. Also on hand is Tipper Gore, the once almost First Lady. She recalls when her husband first got elected to the House in 1976.
John Dingell took Al Gore under his wing, and he showed him the ropes because even then he was leading the way. John Dingell is still leading the way. You need to make sure you send him back to lead the way.
Big unions such as the UAW are a bastion of Dingell's support. Not one union has endorsed Rivers. Still, a recent independent poll shows more union families favoring Rivers than Dingell, even in the industrial city of Monroe, squarely in what his campaign calls Dingle country. Some longtime Dingell supporters are having second thoughts. One of them is retired auto worker Neil Runyon.
Might be time for a change. That's about all I got to say about it. There's a time to quit. Sometimes, you know that?
Bill Ballinger, publisher of a Michigan political newsletter, says such comments spell danger even for a 47-year veteran incumbent with tremendous clout.
It's been John Dingell's race to lose all along, and I would say that he has campaigned very hard, and yet, strangely enough, it just may be that time has caught up with him.
In Ypsilanti, Lynn Rivers supporters have packed a fundraiser at the home of the town's mayor. Rivers has already raised more than $1 million for her campaign, far more than expected, but only about half what Dingell's raised. And while much of that money has come from national groups such as Emily's List, a lot has also come from local supporters. A short, bustling woman with long fingernails and a wardrobe found at thrift shops, Rivers thanks her supporters.
This was the candidate and the campaign that could. Everybody said, you can't do this. Everybody said you can't run against an icon. A mere mortal cannot even hope to prevail in a race against John Dingell.
In fact, Rivers' campaign ads play up her status as a mere...
It's time to pay tribute to our generous sponsors here on Taking It Across the Bay. So if you'll join us right now on Channel 61, we would very much appreciate it. Thank you so much.
World, the NFL already has a European league, which has turned into a pretty good farm system for the NFL. They need these markets because there's not much room for growth here. And while the league has had this American Bowl since the late 1980s, this push toward Asia is very deliberate. They're bringing a couple of Japanese players who play in the NFL Europe for this game. And the bigger picture is China. The NFL is in talks with Chinese officials about staging a game in Beijing or Shanghai as that country starts to build stadiums for the 2008 Olympics. NFL officials already are estimating they could get as many as 250 million Chinese to watch a game on TV.
So the American Bowl is in Japan tomorrow. Then on Monday, we've got another preseason game with a couple of debuts. The new Houston Texans franchise on the field and announcer John Madden in the Monday Night Football booth.
Houston gets a team after the departure of the beloved Oilers to Tennessee a few years ago. The franchise cost around $700 million. It brings the NFL to 32 teams, so there'll be realignment into 8 4-team divisions with more regional rivalries. Madden, though, is the big debut, the one that everyone's going to be watching. Monday Night Football has really slumped in recent years, and ABC, the broadcaster, spends hundreds of millions of dollars to have this contract. Madden comes over from Fox. ABC got rid of Dennis Miller, which it had on for 2 years, thinking that the comedian could help jazz up ratings and draw new viewers. But the truth is, people want to watch good games. What the league really needs and what ABC really needs is better football. So expect the NFL soon to change the way it sets its schedule so the networks can get better games later in the season.
A big issue during training camp this year has been heat and its effects on players. A year ago, as we remember, the Minnesota Vikings lineman Corey Stringer collapsed and died of a heat stroke. Has the league instituted any changes?
Yeah, they have. Players have been briefed about staying hydrated. There have been symposiums for trainers. There are shade tents at camps. There's enough water to make the Sahara fertile. And while this is separate, the league also has banned the use of the dietary supplement ephedrine, which is a stimulant that players have taken for weight loss and as an energy booster. There's
Taking it across the bay. Our hero! The hero!
Tonight's program, Taking It Across the Bay. Stay tuned for minutes from our fabulous telecast for the evening.